are rocking and rolling tonight. Welcome back to another Deeper Conversations. I am Dr. Barbara Swinney, your host and founder of deeperwomenleadglobal.org, a platform established for women in leadership to heal, lead, and leverage their stories and strategies for life, love, and leadership. Listen, one of my favorite parts of getting ready for a conference is interviewing the speakers that are going to be at the conference. We're gearing up for Deeper Women Speak Atlanta, April 19th and 20th, right here in Atlanta. If you have not registered, go to deeperwomenleadglobal.org and register for this event. It is going to be a power-packed weekend. Not only are we hosting the event, we are also featuring Deeper Men Speak. We've not had men on our stage before, but we're rolling out Deeper Men Speak, and we're super excited about what's happening with that. But on opening night, on the 19th, we are going to launch Deeper Women Teach, the Anthology Project, Volume 3, and I'm super excited to be here with one of the authors and speakers, Ms. Lesli Odum. I'm going to allow Lesli to introduce herself to you. Welcome to Deeper Conversations. Welcome to the platform. Lesli's new to our platform. She doesn't feel so new now because we've gotten a chance to get to know each other. Lesli, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Of course, I'm Lesli without the E, and last name Odum, Odum, just very unique.
Yes.
So I would describe myself just personally, I'm open to this conversation, very excited to be here. I'm a clinical therapist, an addictions counselor, and also a qualified supervisor for registered interns. I founded Full Circle Florida back in 2014, where our mission is to break the cycle of intergenerational adverse childhood experience through mental health eat. Like we literally eat mental health. We educate, we advocate, and we train mental health. Just recently, Point to Pink came about, and it is, as you notice, my pink lipstick. Point to Pink is a minority mental health, women's mental health movement. And so it's an awareness push for all things mental health and all things minority women's mental health, because I believe, it's my fundamental belief, that we are the conversation and we are the cure. We don't have to look outside ourselves, outside of our group, to find the solution.
I love that, Lesli. Lesli, tell us what resonated with you about the conference. How did you become interested in being a part of the conference?
I was interested. It was, it's that shop talk. We lost the art of storytelling and communicating in a real way. So, in the salon with a young lady, and she introduced me to Dr. Pooler, and the power of networking, the power of communication. And so she shared with me her project that she had recently completed, the anthology, I believe the previous chapter.
Yes.
And so it just made me really excited. I was excited that she was an author. So it really resonated with me, like, oh, I have all this stuff. Let me see, but I'm not too keen on getting myself out there and all these other things. So it really, really excited me. It resonated with me because I didn't have to do all that back end stuff. I just show up and be me and tell my story and receive all the love and support.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite parts about the platform. You can just show up and be you. Most of the women in the space are professional women by day, but we're at the bottom of it. At the end of the day, I always say before the day begins and at the end of it, we're just women. Before we became these professionals, we were just women. And I wanted to establish a platform because in leadership, frankly, we don't get to tell our stories and still basically maintain our dignity. So I wanted to help women share their stories and not just sit in the pain of it, but heal, lead, and leverage. And this is our opportunity to leverage some of those things that we've been through, to leverage everything that we thought we lost. And as a trained, a licensed therapist, Lesli, you know quite a bit about loss, not in just experiencing it along with your patients or your clients, but also some personal losses. Can you let the people behind the scenes a little bit of who Lesli is and what's shaped her?
Yes. So I tell folks all the time, like I have many credentials because I'm a lifelong learner. However,
Mhm.
they don't define who I am. I uh, would take my lived experience. It has offered me seats at the table where my credentials could never afford me the opportunity. And so experiencing loss and experiencing many things in life, my lived experience allows me
Yes.
to connect with clients in a real way. And so it's priceless.
Yes. Good stuff. Can you give us a little bit, just a little bit? I know they're going to hear it at the conference, but just give us just a little bit of some of the things that you've gone through.
Let's see. So, Dr. Pooler, you are pulling it out. I'm telling you, you are pulling it out. So I want to start by saying that a lot, like I have many stripes,
Hmm.
right? I have many stripes. And so I recently lost my mom on January 22nd. And so, anyone know I'm a woman of God, I'm a woman of faith. That when you're on the right track, things just start happening, right?
Yes.
And so um, this story is one that needs to be told. So I'm gonna share, like
Yes.
you say, just a little bit.
Just a little
Um,
bit. Yes.
I lost my brother in 2016. I've experienced my own medical traumas with. I also read lips, so I'm not sure if you know that, Doctor B. I call you Doctor B. Uh,
Okay.
I'm not sure if you know
No, I
that,
did
but
not know that. I didn't know that.
so I read lips. I found out back in around 2016 that I had acoustic neuroma. And so what
Mhm.
that is a tumor in your ear. So I lost hearing in my right ear. And so to look at me, you probably say, "Oh, she's fine."
Yeah.
Um, and that's the beauty of being in this space because I get to advocate for persons like me that
Mhm.
may have mental health challenges and may have disabilities that you can't see with the naked eye.
Mhm. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was going to ask you, Lesli, how did you start your healing process? You've come to the point where you're ready to tell your story. Why tell your story now? Are you still in the healing? I know that you've had some recent losses. How do you start that process?
Wow, it's definitely a journey. And I say day by day and being intentional about every step. So everything is with me. Every person in my life is there for a reason. Everything that I do is very intentional in
Mhm.
assigning that. And so after loss, after tragedy, trying to put my feet on the ground in the
Yeah.
morning. And so a lot of folks may think, oh, it has to be like, tell me these, it has to be something like grandiose or what have
Mhm.
you. But for me, it started by getting out of bed. It started by just basic, let me do my hygiene. Let
Yeah.
me let me get in, let me, find something presentable to put on.
Yeah.
Let me go out and show up in the spaces because for me, pouring into the people, pouring into my community, pouring into families was really what healed me, allowing myself to
Mm.
see that I still had something left
That's
after
good.
everything, after being broken and tossed around, as I as I would say, from this trauma to that tragedy.
Mm.
I still had something left to give. God wasn't done with me, and so that, for the most part, is my journey, being
That's
useful.
good. That's good. What do you want the women to take away from your story? What is your hope for them?
My hope is that all the things that I've experienced, seen, heard, um, come in contact with,
Hmm.
that someone could see me still standing
Hmm.
and still
That's good.
able to say, God is good
That's good.
through
That's good.
that story, to say that, if God did it for her, then he can also do it for me.
That's good. Sometimes when you are writing is so personal. It's so private. It's all of you kind of in print. And I know that this was you'd been journaling, but this is going to be your first time sharing your story with the world. What has that process been like for you?
It has definitely been therapeutic,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the trauma, it's like it's easy to to take a back seat
Mm-hmm.
to everything and to say, hey, this is mine, it's personal, but to share it with other people, to offer healing and opportunity to see that, we can get through it. Like you're not
Mm-hmm.
alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very, very much so therapeutic. And I'm not sure if you remember, but I'm like, and I sent a message and now that I look at it, I'm like, that message was kind of cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
And it was literally hitting the send button on the email to send you the draft.
Wow.
Like, I'm like, it won't, like, I
Mm.
can't, it won't go. Like, I can't send
Wow.
it. And so I was stuck in that feeling like, I really want to release this? Like I had
Yeah.
gotten so comfortable with it and it was
Mm-hmm.
mine.
Mm.
Like you say, being transparent, we're not
Yeah.
able to be, well, I'll speak for myself. In a lot of different places, I'm seen as the expert.
Mm-hmm.
And so to share of myself is like, I don't want people worried about me. So, we
Yeah.
put on that front and we put on that face. But a lot of times folks don't really know how we got strong.
Yes, because sometimes it's you that you haven't mastered. We can master a lot of stuff that's outside of us. But when
Hmm.
it comes to mastering us, and when you pour out, I said this to somebody the other day, I was transparent, but I wasn't honest.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I allowed people to come in, but only so far. There's
Yeah.
only so much of me that I'm going to share with you. And
Hmm.
I always told my story from this healed perspective, even when I didn't feel healed.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until I got honest with myself and acknowledged the injury. Sometimes we just tell ourselves, oh, it didn't hurt. It doesn't matter. Just, let it roll off your back. When it did indeed injure you. And
Hmm.
it's when we acknowledge the injury and sit in it and really acknowledge its impact is when the real healing starts. And I know when I started writing, Leslie, I probably experienced something similar to you. It was very healing for me. It was very therapeutic for me. And I know you said you were asking yourself, should you hit send? Since you've hit that button and we are working on pulling this thing all together, what's the feeling that you're sitting in now?
I'm really sitting in God's glory. Like it's been a
Mhm.
blessing for me to release that. And I'm just very thankful and appreciative to be in a situation where I would have never created this for myself,
That's good.
to allow myself to let go and release what I had, all my testimonies. And I tell folks all the time, like I'm not the one that you want up at the front.
Right.
When I was in
Yes.
the choir as a little girl, I used to cry and they would say, hey, come get this baby out of this choir because she is gonna cry the whole time. And I did,
I
right?
love that.
Because I was just that, petrified, that shy. And in
Hmm.
2022, God said, I want your testimony. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, you don't want my testimony,
Yes.
God. Like,
Right.
many people with my testimony. Why you want me? Like, I don't share my business. Why are you doing this? Like,
Hmm.
but he called
Hmm.
me to the front, and that allowed me that opportunity to say, hey, you're going to get uncomfortable. But that's what healing is all about, right?
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
uncomfortable, being able to
Hmm.
share your testimony and have an opportunity to have people see you.
That's good. How do you stay on top of your healing? And, I say, Leslie, that I'm a professional healer. If you can give me 3 days, I can heal from almost anything. But that comes with maintenance. Sometimes healing takes maintenance. It takes, meditation, a consistent practice in meditating. It takes intentionality. It takes closing your eyes and ears to the things, sometimes really just the things that are happening in the world. How do you stay on top of the healing?
Hmm. That is a great question. I would say to always just maintain a posture of prayer
Yes.
and gratitude and finding ways to be appreciative and finding ways to be useful and poor. and then also not forgetting to get my pour as well. So surrounding myself by this great circle of women that I've been
Yes.
privy to, had access to,
Yes.
has definitely been a part of my healing journey, and it's a lifelong thing. I
Yes.
don't feel like I've ever reached a point to where, oh, I'm like, yeah, I got this thing. I got, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, I got more to go. Like when I conquered that, it's like, oh, now you need to work on this. Let's do that.
Yes.
And
It's
so,
like it's like putting a candle in the middle of a dark room. The brighter the candle gets, the more darkness you see out.
yes.
The bigger the light gets, the more you realize that, oh my gosh, like it's really dark out there. And no matter how big the light gets, there's
Mhm.
still more darkness to be conquered. And
Mhm.
that's what it's like when you're opening up to yourself. No matter how much you open up, there's still another level. There's one level of awareness. You know how God, we live from level to level and faith to faith. There's one level of awareness after another,
Mhm.
one level of awareness after another. You become aware
Mhm.
of one thing and then you realize, oh, there's more that I need to become aware of. So it's
Mhm.
this constant unpacking of yourself. And then,
Mhm.
sometimes you unpack and then you forget you left some stuff in the luggage. Oh my gosh, now I've got to go back. I've got to go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or have you
Right.
ever gone on a trip, unpacked, put the suitcase away, and then you were preparing for another trip and found some stuff in the suitcase that you had already put away?
That
That's
part.
some of those, some of those hidden traumas, some of those sneaky uh, unforgiveness tactics are. They're still hidden in those suitcases. Then you have to go back and unpack them and pull them out again and again and again. And that's one of the ways I stay on top of my healing. Just forgiving anybody or everybody for everything, even for what you might do.
That part. That
It's
part. I
just,
say my posture in prayer is always, I ask God for forgiveness, and then also God, like, let me not just forgive, allow my forgiveness to show up in my deeds and my thoughts and my actions
yes,
and
yeah.
everything. Like really allow me to walk it and be true to it. Because, for me, it's like I used to say, yeah, I forgive you. And for me, it's like by nature, if it's not useful to me, I'm going to forget. But if it's in my
Mhm.
face, it's like, ooh, no, I don't, I didn't like that. I don't think I forgave you. But if you stay
Right,
out of my
right.
face, I think I did,
Yes,
so, but yeah,
yeah,
so truly that's that walk that I'm in right now, that forgiveness walk, to really act it out and show love and show grace, because
that's good.
hey, we never know. We could be on the other side.
Absolutely. Lesli, it takes a great deal of courage and confidence to tell your story. So I am just so proud of you. I thank you so much for trusting this platform, Deeper Women League Global, with your story, for trusting the circle of women that we've developed, our community that we've created, for trusting them with your story. In our speakers meeting last night, we were sharing our stories, and you about laid us out when you start telling your story. It was just so raw and real and authentic, because deeper women are real women facing real challenges and coming up with real solutions through our own experiences with life. So I'm just excited to have you connected to the platform. I look forward to a long-standing relationship. Is there anything you want to leave with the women before we go?
Just to share that I've been on a journey to authenticity, and to continue asking questions to yourself to better understand who you are. And when we better understand who we are, we're able to move about the world and be true to ourselves.
That's
And
good.
so I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. And I can't wait to meet you.
Yes.
And I'm excited for all the great work, the great speakers, and this amazing conference to come April 19th.
April 19th. I am looking forward to meeting you in person, Lesli. It's been awesome getting to know you virtually and on the phone and all of that, just working through things. We have Miss Helen Taplin here. I call her Mama Taplin. She's she's known me almost literally since I was born. She said, forgiveness is a valuable key to healing. If we can start right there, if we can
Mhm.
start with that forgiveness piece, I'm telling you, our lives will be so much greater. And once you learn how to do that, it becomes much easier. Also, Kimberly Becker is watching. Kimberly is a Deeper Women Teach author. She's also connected to the platform. She's spoken at our conference before, and I'm just super excited that she's watching. Thank you for watching, Kimberly, my friend. And I'm so excited again that we're going to be in this space together. Leslie's going to be at the conference, Deeper Women Teach. Deeper Women Speak. I'm sorry, Deeper Women Speak Atlanta, but she's also going to be showcasing, debuting on the Deeper Women League Global stage as an author in our Deeper Women Teach Anthology Series, Volume 3. And she's also going to be a speaker there as well. So come out and see Leslie. Go to deeperwomenleagueglobal.org and register. You can now get the VIP discount just by typing in the code leverage. So we want to see you there. This is not an event that you want to miss. We are featuring our Deeper Men as well. We haven't had Deeper Men from our Deeper Men Speak from our platform, but we are rolling out Deeper Men Speak. And we're just excited about all of the awesome things that are going to happen there. Lesli, did we talk about where they can find you?
So through Full Circle Florida, which is a registered 501c3, we are at www.fullcirclefloridamentalhealth.com. There you'll find all the services, everything that we can offer to our communities and across the world, literally. On Instagram, we are it's Full Circle for Me, and that's where you can find us. And hopefully, we can connect and start some healing together.
Yes, let's start healing. Let's start becoming more effective leaders in our own lives, and let's start to leverage. Lesli, I will meet you in the green room, and we are saying good night.
Good night. Good night.